welcome along to the Versless Dome here in Belgium as the final day of this season's Basketball Champions League regular season is just about to get underway with a plethora of twists and turns and different permutations guaranteed over the course of the evening, and we are watching Filou Oostende up against SIG Strasbourg. So we are focusing on Group D tonight, which is incredibly close, and the situation is a bit of a complex one in terms of who the four teams will be to qualify through to the playoffs. All the games tip off at the same time, so Bologna up against Prometheus, Petro Olympia against Besiktas, and Neptunus against Medi Beirut. Yeah, they all tip off in around 8-9 minutes time, obviously to prevent teams perhaps being in an unfair position. They may know exactly what they need to do if they tipped off a couple of hours later, for example. So this is the fairest way to get it all done. And this one possibly with the most riding on it between these two. Filou Oostende currently there in 4th spot in Group D. Segafredo, Bologna, Besiktas, Sompo, Japan and Prometheus Patras, they have all qualified. They are guaranteed to be in the playoffs when they get underway in a couple of weeks' time. But the battle for 4th spot is very much up for grabs. So Filou Oostende currently occupy that 4th position. And for them, the scenario is simple. They win tonight, and they are guaranteed to finish in that final playoff spot. As we take a look at the Strasbourg roster, and they have been reliant on the likes of Nzweli and Mike Green. Mike Green has been terrific with ball in hand. He's averaging 5.2 assists so far this regular season. Adi Traore as well, he's a big presence on both ends of the floor, as is Youssoufa Fall, who's averaging 11.2 points, 7.4 rebounds a game for Strasbourg. As for Oostende, well, they have just 2 players in double digits for points per game. They are TJ Williams and Nemanja Jurisic. Jurisic also leads the way for them on the boards. He's averaging 4.8 rebounds a game. And they'll be looking towards the likes of Dujan Djordjevic to dish out the assists. He averages 3.7 assists a game so far in the regular season. So, as I said, if Filou Oostende win tonight, then they will secure the last playoff spot from Group D. That is assured. Now, for Strasbourg, it gets a little more confusing. The French club can only qualify if they win tonight against Oostende, but they are also reliant on another game going their way, and that is the game between Neptunus Klaipeda and Medi Beirut. And they need Medi Beirut to beat Neptunus Klaipeda. So they have to win tonight, and they need Neptunus to lose. That is the only combination that can bring Strasbourg into the round of 16. And the French team cannot finish higher than 4th position in this group. Neptunus at the other side, who are also up against it tonight. So they can only qualify Neptunus with a win against Medi Beirut, but they are also reliant on other results going their way. They need Strasbourg to beat Oostende. But Neptunus can still go up to 2nd spot in this group. That is if they win. And also if Strasbourg, Prometheus and Besiktas lose their games. It all gets a little confusing, so we'll perhaps come back to that if it looks as though it's heading that way. But yeah, for this one, the facts are reasonably simple. Oostende go through if they win, and Strasbourg go through if they win, and Neptunus Klaipeda lose to Medi Beirut. So I'll do my best to try and keep you up to date with everything that's going on in that game, and all the other games as well across Group D. It's been a terrific couple of months in the Basketball Champions League regular season, and it is just about drawing to a close. The round of 16 just a date for your diary. We're still quite a few weeks away from that. That will tip off on the 5th of March. And we'll conclude on the 13th of March. The 16 teams that advance through will play both home and away. And the 8 winners will advance through to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals begin on the 26th of March. And then the final 4 will take place between the 3rd and the 5th of May. So those are all the dates that you need. So we're just a couple of minutes away from getting this one underway. It's going to be a fascinating evening. There is no two ways about it. The playoffs draw, by the way, we'll come back to that, as Sergej Zatchuk, Tolga Sahin and Martins Kozlovskis are the 3 referees for us today. But yeah, the draw for the playoffs is on Friday, the 8th of February. If you want to tune in to that, of course, you can watch it on livebasketball.tv, so make sure that you are with us for that. See who gets who.
Een pakket met bus kost voor een volwassene €30 en onder de 12 jaar is dat €20. Een pakket met eigen vervoer voor de volwassenen is €20.
Here is the Strasbourg starting 5, and they go with Seron, Gerald Eddy, Mike Green, Nicholas Lang and Yusufa Fall. As I said, Mike Green has been terrific for them this year, as has Yusufa Fall on both ends of the floor, averaging in double digits for points per game and also 7.4 rebounds a game as well. There he is, the big man for Strasbourg. They'll be fairly reliant on him. And there is Vincent Collet, the head coach once again for Strasbourg. This is the second time in the Basketball Champions League that these two have been grouped together. They played each other back in the 2016-17 campaign as well. Strasbourg winning at home by 10 points, and they also beat Oostende here as well back on the 21st of December 2016 by a point, 65 points to 66. And earlier this year, when they met each other in the reverse fixture, Oostende got the better of Strasbourg, 64 points to 61. As we look at the Oostende starting 5, Asisi, Djurdjevic, Keslut, Fila and Marin Maric taken to the floor to start this game off. So yeah, Oostende actually won on the road earlier this year. And there is Dario Djurga, the Oostende head coach. No doubt there's been a few sleepless nights leading into this week. It's been a long old few months, and just what we always hope in these kind of positions, certainly the neutral hopes anyway, that it all comes down to the final game, and that is exactly what is happening here in Group D.
Go attack and be attacked, you need to see on your man that we have a lap situation and find the man in the best position, okay?
So both sides will want to start quickly here, just settle any nerves that may well be going around. Collet just having some last-minute words with his side. Certainly the stats between these two sides pretty similar over the course of the regular season. There's very little separating them in any facet, really. Both 7 and 6. Oostende went on an incredible run between the end of November and the end of January, where they won 6 consecutive games. It actually started against Strasbourg when they went to France to play them. They then won 6 straight games. That run came to an end last time out when they had to travel to Besiktas. They lost by 9, 80 points to 71. Well, we've been doing battle since October. But the final game day of the regular season of this year's Basketball Champions League is underway in this crunch game between Oostende and Strasbourg. And it's the French side who control the tip and will have the first possession. And here is their main man, who's off to a quick start. Youssef Fall with the first points of the game. That's going to be an important matchup today to see just how they cope with Fall underneath. Here's Djordjevic, nice pass underneath, and great work from Youssef Fall. He thought he was fouled, but Fall already having an impact on both ends of the floor. Here is Seren to Fall again. Now Nicholas Lang. Mike Green, sometimes it looks as though he's got eyes in the back of his head. The passes that he can find. Now the fast break is on down the other end of the floor, and the one-hand flush from Chase Filou gives Oostende their first points of the game. Cheap turnover though from Mike Green, unlike him. Here he is. Three from Gerald Eddy, comes up short. Youssef Fall with the offensive rebound, and well, he's nearly as tall as the net, so it's not exactly tough for him to put that one back. Just so dominant on the glass, Youssef Fall. 4 points, 2 rebounds already for the big man. Here is Filou. Poor pass from him. They've turned it over. Now the fast break is on for Strasbourg. And the foul is called on Chase Filou.
Foul number 24, Chase Filou, first foul.
This was the fast break just a second ago that was finished off in style from Filou. Green throws it back outside. The three is on the way, comes up short. Youssef Fall is called on the foul. He's trying to drag his opponent backwards to enable him to bring down that rebound right under the referee's nose. He wasn't going to fall for that. Here's Djordjevic. Thought about the three, decided against it. Kestelut. Outside to Djordjevic. Throws it out to Filou. Filou for three! And Chase Filou off to a lovely start. He's got 5 points personal. And the first outside shot of the game goes to Chase Filou. Referee's just going to take a look at something that they've seen on the TV screen here. There's a problem with the clock by the looks of it. The crowd are going to be very important for Oostende today. Need to really act as a sixth man almost and get behind them, make their home court advantage count. So we are just having a slight problem with the scoreboard here. This needs altering before we can get going again. Really what the players want this either. They've been waiting so long, they've probably so much kind of built up nervous energy waiting for this game to start. So we're going to have a timeout here, just whilst the situation is fixed. So this is not what anyone wants really.
That's the risk we talk about. No safety. Okay? No safety. Next screen. You wait him a bit lower, like you just did it. Okay? One is with the ball. We're going over.
Eerste plaats de Coca-Cola Danger Alves. Carlos. Carlos wint de vroege wedstrijd van de week. Het heel de verschijnsvorm zit vol. We zijn voor de start bij Carlos. 3, 2, 1, kom maar!
Hey, roll deep. Hey, this is towards you. Pass, roll, and execute, Jebote. Don't be afraid of it. One thing. Listen. When they go, zipper option.
So I think we're good to get this one started again. Then leading by 5 points to 4. Here is Yusufa Fall. Lang. Green, nice pass. Lang shooting the 3, coming up way short. And now Oostende can break. It's 4 against 4 here. Yusufa Fall had a bit of a coming together with Chase Filou down the other end of the floor. Again, Djurjevic, foot was on the line. This is only a long 2, but it's a good 2. A little bit careless there almost. He should have made sure that his foot was just behind the line. Either way, he's big flush again. We've seen a couple already today. And this time it is Quentin Serran who throws it down. 7 points to 6, early stages here. Trying to respond with a 3 this time. Nothing but net from Elias Lassisi, who has his first points in the game. Got a nice feel to the game early on here. Both sides playing with a nice tempo. That's the kind of pass you can afford to play with Yusufa Fall, who's got 2 men all over him, and he throws it away Fall. And now the fast break is on, led by Lassisi. Good transitional defense from Strasbourg. Filou has already made 1-3, turns it down. Foul goes on Fall. So second foul already for Fall. Just got to be a little bit careful. No real surprise that he heads to the bench.
And coming in number 24, Traoré.
So another delay here. Not sure whether they're possibly having a look to see whether it was an unsportsmanlike foul maybe on Yusufa Fall. On the referee here. An unsportsmanlike foul has been called. I don't know what is going on in this opening quarter. Again, the digital scoreboard there seems to have disappeared again. Seemingly having quite a few technical problems to start this one. We're going to have another timeout, I think, whilst they try and fix the ongoing problem of the scoreboard here. So it's been a bit of a stop-start first quarter, but it is Filou Oostende who lead by 10 points to 6 early on, and Strasbourg call timeout.
They come very strong, they will do it against Ali. Don't leave all opposite, come back same side, give an easy release. They close everything. They are not scared at all of the shot. Donc, when you pass the ball inside, don't think it's finished. Okay, on jouera. We will play this one next time, okay? Avec Quentin là. Ali qui vient vraiment chercher. Il roule. Okay, same time we go to play. Karel on the way, okay? Good? Allez, let's go. Allez.
I want Bahars into motion now. I want Elias straight there. I want Chase on the ball. So you pass, you go in the screen, okay? You clear, go other side. Right?
Keep it going now.
Kom ons in de steek nog eens al die handen in de lucht. Kom maar!
Well, they may have to resort to the good old-fashioned way of doing things if the scoreboard doesn't start behaving. And so once again we can get going. For how long for remains to be seen. Oostende with a 4-point lead. Still only played not even 4 minutes in this opening quarter. That's a nice finish with the left hand from Marin Maric. His first points of the game. Here is Mike Green. He needs help. Just about managed to pick a pass. Shot clock is down to 2. He's just got to get it away here, Green, and I'm not sure it was before the buzzer. It's a 24-second violation from Strasbourg. Oh, has the foul actually been called? I think it has. So that's, yeah, it's gone on Elias Lassisi right on the buzzer. There can only have been tenths of a second left or something there. So it's a bit of a gift. Trip to the line here from Mike Green. Normally a pretty efficient free throw shooter, just below 80% in the regular season. All three. Reduces it back to just a one-possession game. Djurjevic nearly left the ball behind him. He's got Green for company. Here is Lassisi. Nice pass inside, and the foul is called. Foul goes on Traore. Another one who's had a really good regular season campaign, Ali Traore. Here's Djurjevic. Maric set the screen, gets it now, Maric. Maric, a difficult right-hand jump hook shot, can't get it to go. Rebound by Green. Green again, just looking to orchestrate things. Out comes Traore to set the screen. Beautiful little round the back pass. The three comes up short. Maric with the rebounds. Here is Djordjevic. Now Filou, tricky shot off the wrong foot almost, and it's another miss for Oostende. As Mike Green brings it away for Strasbourg. Foul is called on Marin Maric.
Foul 34, Marin Maric, first foul.
Beautiful finish by Traore. Again, just looks at the referee and says, surely that's got to be a foul as well. Chance of a three-point play, nothing given. Here is Djordjevic. Djordjevic again lines up the mid-range jumper, gets it to fall. Djordjevic up to 4 points personal. Couple of nice long-range twos to get him underway. 2 for 2 from the field. He's also got 3 assists so far as Mike Green. Nice pass in the little floated finish with the left hand from Ali Traore. Good aggression, beautiful bounce pass as well, but couldn't take the ball with him, so they've turned it over. A chance for Strasbourg to take the lead here. Just couldn't get it. So just a one-point game. Djordjevic again. Djordjevic, beautiful pass. Get out of my way. Djordjevic does well, but knew that he was going to fall out of bounds, so just tried to throw it to Kestelut, who wasn't quite expecting it, not on the same hymn sheet, and they turn it over again, Oostende. Gerald Eddy heads to the bench, as does Dusan Djordjevic. So another chance here for Strasbourg to try and take the lead. Fadeaway 2, no good. Both sides just struggling for their shot right now. Foul is called.
Vervanging de plaats voor Vincent Kessel in zijn plaats is Jean-Marc Moena.
14 seconds on the clock. And a foul. And that puts Strasbourg into the penalty. Goes on Gulab. So Gulmi's second foul already. And trip to the line for Nemanja Đurišić, who has been an integral part of this Oostende side. Just can't get the second to go, nearly grabbed the offensive rebounds. Oostende lead by 2 then. Here goes Green. Green just surrounded by yellow shirts, has to throw it back outside to Nzweli. Shot from the foul line, can't get it to go, but the offensive rebound gives him a second opportunity here. Strasbourg back in the hands of Mike Green. And foul Goes on to Ziron.
Foul number 13, Yannick Desiro. First foul.
Pass was, but they've got away with it because Wemmer is called on it.
First foul by number 9, Jean-Marc.
Don't really think he can complain either, just not letting go at the right arm. So that puts Oostende into the penalty. Shooting at about 66% from the stripe in the regular season, splits them, makes 1 from 2. Still just over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's been a bit of a delayed first quarter. We've had 2 stoppages for the scoreboard that hasn't been working like it should be. Here's Mwema. Nice pass back into Nemanja Jurisic. Jurisic has got defense all over him, shoots an air ball. And Jeremy Nzweli grabs the rebound, great pass down the floor. And, well done, just kept it in bounds. Last touch must have come off an Oostende shirt. That's why I decided to desperately try and keep it in bounds. Here's Nemanja Jurisic. Jurisic out to the corner, Mwema for 3. No good, offensive rebound now by Jurisic. Good hustle to keep the ball alive, and they've got themselves another 8 or 9 seconds here. Drives and a nice finish as well, running at full pace. Not always that easy. Good soft hands though. Here's Green. Goes on Mwema.
Second foul by number 9, Jean-Marc. Vervanging bij Filou Oostende plaats voor Nederlands Lassie in zijn plaats Ludwig Schwartz. En ook een plaats voor Jean-Marc Mwema. Hij wordt vervangen door
Mwema pulled on his second. Just doesn't quite get the roll. Inside the final 60 seconds then. Here is TJ Williams. Williams looking to go to work, throws up the mid-range 2, can't get it. Gerald Eddy with the rebound, straight into the hands of Mike Green. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists already for Mike Green. Green into Traore to try and tie this game up. Drives, get out of here. Big block from Nemanja Jurisic. They've now got just 2 seconds to try and get the shot away, but it makes no odds. Again, turns to the referee and says, got a little tap on the arm there as I was shooting, did Nzweli. Didn't get the whistle. And then the last possession of this opening quarter will belong to the home side. 17 points all. TJ Williams. Williams draws the foul. And we'll head to the stripe with 4.7 seconds left on the clock.
First foul, number 9, Zee. Vervanging plaats voor Yannick Desiro zijn plaats in de Lassie.
makes them both. They've got about 2 seconds to try and get this last shot away. Oh, he's been allowed to get into the lane so easily, and he'll be a little disappointed there that he didn't make it, Mike Green. But either way, the end of the first quarter, and it's Oostende with the slender lead. They lead by 2 in this big game, 19 points to 17. Strasbourg, good percentage from 2-point range, 6 for 9, but still yet to register from 3-point range, 0 for 5, whereas Oostende 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. So there were the highlights of the first quarter, just to let you know, in the other game that very much affects this one. Neptunus Klaipeda are currently 10 points up on Medi Beirut, which is not good news for Strasbourg, because for them to qualify Strasbourg, they not only need to win here against Oostende, but they also need Medi to beat Neptunus in that other game. So things not going to plan as the 3-point shot from Kestelud is knocked down to start off this second quarter in some style for Oostende. And they open up a 5-point lead, 22 points to 17. Here's Nzweli. Nzweli drives to the baseline, just did enough defensively. Nice start from Vincent Kestelud on both ends of the floor for Oostende. Throws it back outside, TJ Williams for 3, looking for back-to-back threes there, Oostende. Had an open look as well. A little frustrated that he didn't knock it down. Here is Quentin Serron. Eddie. They go to work. Tricky shot with the left hand, but Ali Traore makes it look incredibly simple. Here is TJ Williams. Nemanja Jurisic. Throws it away. Really cheap turnover, and down the other end of the floor, he adds himself to the highlight reel. Jeremy Nzweli, it's a poor pass though. A real gift for Strasbourg, who make sure that they take it with open arms. Here is TJ Williams. Williams nearly throws it away again. Back out to Nemanja Jurisic. Schwartz, TJ Williams. Beautiful pass from Williams. And slammed down by Yannick Desiron. Looked as though he was going to go up himself. He had everybody fooled, apart from his teammate, who was just there waiting and expecting the pass. Comes off the foot of Williams, so Strasbourg will keep it. it over again, and now TJ Williams can lead the fast break for Oostende. He goes coast to coast. TJ Williams makes the layup. Beautiful fast break from the home side. And once again, they extend their lead to 5, just as Strasbourg are beginning to make a few inroads. Their biggest lead of the game so far has been 6 Oostende, and Strasbourg call timeout.
L'action elle est très bonne. Si tu n'es pas confiant pour revenir, arrête-toi. Ils sont pas en l'air. Sauter en l'air, c'est pour marquer. Là, à aucun moment tu as voulu marquer. Tu as voulu trouver quelqu'un, il n'y avait personne. D'accord? Il faut le refaire. Allez, les gars. No close out on the situation, ok? On est bien. The defense was good. This is just a mistake here. Donc on retrouve, we must find something else. Go 5 down for
Deze applaus de Coca-Cola International zoals Stengels jullie niet kennen. Doe gerust.
I want. Listen, you go with the 4. You will screen here. Hey, and if we don't have nothing, 4 pin play with the second pick.
That's what the Basketball Champions League is all about, getting the kids in, trying to inspire the next generation of basketball star that could well be on the court in however many years' time. Loving every second of what they're watching here as well. And Oostende, after that nice play from TJ Williams, have a 5-point advantage here, 26 points to 21. Knowing that a win here this evening for Oostende will guarantee them a spot in the playoffs.
So
foul goes on Schwartz. To go, but does very well indeed. Just couldn't quite bring in the offensive rebound, but did enough to draw the foul. So another opportunity here for Strasbourg, another 14 seconds on the clock. There's Quentin Seron. Seron, nice pass, Eddie makes sure he was back behind the line and makes the 3 effortlessly. Gerald Eddy, his first points of the game, and it's back to just a 2-point game. Nemanja Jurisic. Back to TJ Williams, who is called on the offensive foul. You can hear what the fans think of that.
offensive foul number 2, TJ Williams, first foul.
So his first foul. Just going to go over and have a chat with the coach, who clearly isn't happy. He maybe feels his side are getting a rough end of the deal. He's just said, look, Strasbourg has still got 0 fouls. Trying to make a way through, but a big right paw from Loic Schwartz. And then draws the foul. The foul goes on in Swaley. They wanted an unsportsmanlike. Let's have another look at that block from Loic Schwartz down the other end of the floor. Called on his first. Here is Williams. Schwartz again needs someone to throw it into. Actually comes across to TJ Williams. The shot clock is down to 2. Someone's got to get it away. They've got no idea that the shot clock was counting down, and that is not a very good offensive possession there from Oostende. TJ Williams really should have shot the ball rather than passing it, because I think he could see that the shot clock was counting down. Instead, he kind of sold Nemanja Jurisic up the river there as Ali Traore heads to the bench, and it's another opportunity here for Strasbourg to try and level this game up, perhaps even go in front. Here is Quentin Serron. Oh, and he's fouled, and he will shoot 3. Foul goes on Nemanja Jurisic. Just as he was about to shoot the 3-point shot. So a timeout is called just as Strasbourg prepare to head to the foul line to shoot 3 free throws. Oostende called timeout.
Hey, first of all, we don't have a pressure. Second, in offense, we are disgusting. We don't move the ball. Hey, what we play for winning. You will take Lang, you will go on 2-man, okay? Hey, pressure with this guy. Now what? But smart, okay? Smart. Hey. Listen, we go with the new next offense. Come off, set this screen, roll deep, okay? Search a weak side.
Regarde, transversal pour lui. Ok.
Haydi.
Well, you heard what Dario Gheorghe, head coach of Filou Oostende, makes of it. The offense is disgusting, he said. Not moving the ball around at all. It's all a little bit slow and sloppy. And they could very shortly find themselves behind in this game. Eddie, the man at the line. And makes the first. A very good free throw shooter normally is Eddie. Well above 80% from the line. Still got one more to come. He makes all 3, so Strasbourg now leads. 27 points to 26. Throws one up from the foul line. Can't get it to go. Eddie with the defensive rebound this time. Oostende have just fallen asleep a little bit in the last few minutes. They went out to a 5-point lead, and then they've allowed Strasbourg back in it. Struggling with their shot, and now they have big Youssoufa Fall back on the floor just to do that. It's almost impossible to stop. Here's TJ Williams. Nice pass inside, and still can't get it to go. This time it was Yannick Desiron who misses a really simple layup there. And Oostende have just fallen asleep out here. Spin of the ball there, just taking it away. So Marin Maric is back on the floor as Desiron heads to the bench. Oostende now in the penalty as well, with over 5 minutes to go in this second quarter, so there could well be quite a few cheap trips to the foul line. So the lead is 5. Strasbourg's biggest lead of the game. Oostende just needs something to go for them. Well, they've got an open look at a three here, too much on it. Another miss for Oostende. Completely wide open three as well. Now Quentin Serron for Strasbourg. Lang throws it into Yusufa Fall. Try and stop him if you can. And Maric can't. Yusufa Fall is up to double digits now, and you can see once again, you get a feeling that the Oostende side are going to get a bit of a mouthful now, and you can completely understand why, because they really have been sloppy and quiet over the last few minutes, and they call time out.
Listen, that's good shot, no problem. We need to have ball movement in offense. You need to fight for that possession to get the ball here. If your man here going on a cut and crowdy paint, you stay and trap him together, okay? Now, no baseline move. In offense, we go with the flash. Flash, okay? Flash,
Still need to just get their act together and quickly here. They find themselves 7 points down all of a sudden. Only a few minutes ago they led by 5. And Schwartz. Price has to just check his run. Williams goes through, makes the 2, and stops the rock for Oostende. Does TJ Williams. He's up to 6 points personal. Eddie though for 3. He just doesn't get it in and out for Jarrell Eddie. Always feel as though it's got a chance when Eddie's lining one up. Here's Maric now. TJ Williams. Fila, beautiful pass, Williams. Just couldn't make the 2, but he was fouled. And we'll head to the line. Try and get this one back to a one-possession game once more. Beautiful pass into him by Fila. Good aggression from Williams. So Nsueli called on his 3rd foul already. TJ Williams at the line. The one who's normally pretty reliable from the stripe, just under 80% for TJ Williams in the regular season. He makes them both. Cuts it to a one-possession game. 33 points to 30, 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this second quarter. Quite a lengthy first half because of all the stoppages we had in the opening quarter. Ball comes out and sets the screen. Now Lang shoots a 3, but blocked once again by Schwartz. He's then fouled, and an unsportsmanlike foul at that. And Loic Schwartz with 2 big blocks. And I think possibly Nicholas Lang, out of frustration more than anything, just had a bit of a nibble then at Loic Schwartz, and the unsportsmanlike called. So Schwartz will head to the line and shoot free throws. They will then get possession back, Oostende. So an opportunity here to make some inroads and perhaps go in front once again. Can't make the second. 31-33 the score. Assisi. TJ Williams now. Williams just throwing one up. Can't get it to go. Nearly grabbed his own rebound, but Mike Green just got there in front of him. So they don't really make the most of that unsportsmanlike foul, Oostende. Green again hits his foot. Very nearly had it stolen off him, and yeah, backcourt violation. So Oostende will get it back. Great work from TJ Williams. A little bit better, playing with more intensity here. Oostende just after they let their foot off the gas somewhat. Williams. Maric comes out, sets the screen. Filou thought about the three, decided against it. Still going Filou. Tries to make it in off the glass. Tricky shot though. And then Mike Green can bring it clear for Strasbourg. Out to Eddie. Immediately Maric onto him. They want to try and prevent him throwing that three-point shot. Well, he's going to now. And Eddie makes them pay. Well, Maric stuck to him like glue in the previous phase, but then just took his eyes off him, and Gerald Eddy is lethal from three-point range, and the lead's back up to 5. Tries to throw up the long two, can't get it to go. I think it's possessions like that which will frustrate the Oostende head coach. Mike Green trying to work his way through. Filou with the steal though. And now TJ Williams. Williams, nice pass, tries to use the glass and gets it to fall. Good work from Elias Assisi. And again, we've got a one-possession game here. TJ Williams just running the floor. It started with the steal from Chase Filou. And Strasbourg call timeout.
We start. We play long offense, okay? We do. Ok, et on inverse. C'est Nico qui est derrière. Jarel. Quentin, just we change that, ok? Ali. So at the end, Quentin will go wide. Jarel makes the back screen for Ali, okay?
With a regular two, with a flare. Two flare, okay? What we want to reach, okay, that you chase pop. Hey, here use. Attack if the big hesitating, you roll, follow here for the pass. Search a weak side action, okay? Hey, another thing, watch out now. This Eddie killing us. We cannot help from him. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So I can tell you it is half-time in the other game that really affects this one in Group D, Neptunus against Medi Beirut, and it is Neptunus who lead by 10 in that game, 43 points to 33. So currently things, even though Strasbourg are leading here, things not going to plan for them in the other game between Neptunus and Beirut. Mike Green, beautiful hands from Green. Djurjevic back on the floor for Oostende. Loic Schwartz, little right hand jump hook. Heard the scream of travel, but wasn't called, and still had a lot of work to do with that right hand hook shot. And we're approaching the final 60 seconds of this first half. Here goes Mike Green again. Needs some help though, up against Djurjevic, throws it back outside. Eddie from miles out, this time comes up miles short. Dusan Djurjevic now. Chase Filou. Loic Schwartz has it stolen off him. Cheap turnover from Schwartz. There's a chance for a 2-for-1 here as well from Strasbourg if they're quick about things. Mike Green. Lang has to go back outside. Now shooting the three, looked good all the way. Offensive rebound from Traore, though. And there's about 5 seconds or so between the shot and the game clock. Mike Green into Traore, and Traore makes it. And they've got 7 seconds to try and advance the ball up the floor here. Oostende, Georgievich is fouled. Well, they had a foul to give, did Strasbourg. So not a bad time to use it there. He hasn't been particularly happy, boy, has he, so far? So they've got 3.5 seconds left on the clock here, Oostende. Here's Chase Filou. Filou was fouled on his way up. He can't believe it, Eddie. Thought that he'd not done anything wrong. So Filou will head to the line and shoot a couple right before the end of this first half. 0.1 seconds to go. Actually, yeah, there's a little bit longer than 0.1 seconds. It's about 1.2-ish, something like that. So Filou at the stripe, looking to try and make this a one-possession game once more. Probably not enough time for Strasbourg to go up the other end anyway and do any kind of damage. Can't make the second. And that will be that for the end of the first half. First half in which Filou Oostende were in front throughout the majority of it, but they just had a bit of a lapse in concentration midway through that second quarter. They allowed Strasbourg back in it, and it is the French side who lead by 4 at the break. Oostende 36, Strasbourg 40. Here are the stats then. You can see both sides shooting it pretty well from two-point range, especially Strasbourg, though, 63%. They are struggling from the outside, though, only 18% from beyond the arc. They're out-rebounding Oostende, though, 18-11. 5 of those offensive rebounds, 3 blocks for Oostende, 2 of those coming from Loic Schwartz. 2 really big blocks as well from Schwartz, and probably wouldn't like to be in that dressing room at half-time with him. He has not been a particularly happy boy throughout that first half. Williams leads the way for Oostende with 8. Fall leads the way for Strasbourg with 10. Filou with a couple of steals, and Schwartz with those 2 blocks as well. So I will leave you with the highlights from the first half, but make sure you're back in around 10 minutes' time when the second half gets underway. Who will fill that final playoff spot in Group D? So welcome back everybody to the Filou Oostende here in Belgium. And we've got a pretty tight one here in a really, really important match between Filou Oostende and SIG Strasbourg. Oostende currently trailing by 4 at the half-time break, 36 points to 40. Now, just a reminder what the various permutations are. Oostende basically have their destiny in their own hands. They know that with a win here against Strasbourg, then they will secure that last playoff spot from Group D. For Strasbourg, though, it's a little more confusing because they can only qualify if they beat Oostende, which of course they are doing right now by 4, but they also are relying on Neptunus Klaipeda losing against Medi Beirut. Now that isn't happening right now. They are quite a way in front of us actually, even though it tipped off at the same time. They're already 5 minutes of the way through the third quarter, and Neptunus Klaipeda currently leading by 10, 51 points to 41. So at the moment, even if Strasbourg were to go on and win this game, it would not be enough to see them qualify for the playoffs. So that is the way things stand right now.
But be ready later. We have that. He's here that we call ice. Especially when 4 is here and 2 here. You understand? So we take away everything practically. Here is a 4, here is a 2. Okay? So be ready that maybe we go on ice there. Okay? Let's go.
I got the feeling that he was a bit of a pressure cooker, just waiting to explode in that first half. Was Dario Gierga. Was not happy at all. Any time out that he called, he really unloaded on his team. So a big second half coming up. It will be Strasbourg to have the first possession. They lead by 4, 40 points to 36. And it all comes down to who can hold their nerve. Here is Nicholas Lang. Now Mike Green. Green steps back, shoots the mid-range 2 and gets it to go. Nice start for Mike Green and Strasbourg. Here's Djordjevic. Now Filou back out to Djordjevic, thought about the 3. Decided against it. Filou's going to go himself. Nice pass, but he couldn't quite bring the ball under his spell. It's a pretty cheap turnover from Marin Maric. Nice pass to him from Filou. And that is the pass that is on all day long. Fouled and won. They just cannot cope with Yusufa fall underneath right now. They just play that big high pass into him underneath. They know that he's going to get it. And then fouled on his way up. 5 for 5 from 2-point range. The lead is up to 8. And he converts on the 3-point play. So a bit of a nightmare start to this third quarter for Oostende, who now trail by 9. Here's Lassisi. Lassisi steps back, nails the 2. He's needed something here, Oostende. So important that they just stay in touch right now. I just wonder whether Strasbourg and Vincent Collet would have actually had a look at what was going on in the Neptunus game at the half-time break, or whether they just wanted to make sure they... Oh, did he get it? I think he did, right before the buzzer. Great work, caught his own rebound and put it back. Yeah, you'd imagine he wouldn't want his players to know what the score was in the Neptunus game, because he wouldn't want anything to just decrease the motivation. Comes up way short with the 3, and even though they grabbed the offensive rebound, they couldn't put it back. Things just not going through Oostende right now. And if things stayed the same, Neptunus Klaipeda would finish in that 4th spot. The 3 is knocked down, and what a start to this 3rd quarter from Strasbourg. They have come flying out of the blocks. They've outscored Oostende by 10 points to 2. And Oostende are in danger of letting this game just slip away from them. No surprise that they've called an early timeout here. They trail by 12 all of a sudden.
Listen, he helps here. He's coming to set a screen on his man. We need to be ready to make a back pass. This one in. Hey, now every pick, what is towards 2, we call ice. Nemanja. Okay, every pick and roll, when we have this and this, we ice it, okay? We keep on the side. Here, and this. Last man.
Well, it's just the nightmare start for Oostende to begin this 3rd quarter. It's been blown away in the opening few minutes. Need to just go on a little bit of a run here, the home side. Dusan Djordjevic throws it back outside, turns down to 3. Maric drives, can't get it. Offensive rebound, though, was fouled on his way up. So Nemanja Djuricic will head to the line and shoot 2. Every one of these crucially important for Oostende. Just about. It's the 2nd. Brings the game back to 10 points. Here he is again. You suffer fall. They just have not been able to deal with the big man. He's up against Nemanja Djuricic here, and foul goes on Djuricic. Doesn't look too happy with that call.
Foul by number 42, Nemanja Djuricic, 7-5.
Here's Eddie. Eddie goes back outside to Lang. Now Mike Green, the shot clock's down to 3. He's just going to have to shoot this one up. Foot was just inside the line. It makes no odds. Everything Strasbourg touch right now turns to points. Thought that was a pretty good defensive possession. They still give away the 2. Here's Djuricic. Sisi, Djuricic, good ball movement this. The 3 from Filou, knocks it down. Chase Filou with another 3-point shot from him. Now they need a few misses down the other end. Into Yusufa Fall again, who can't get it to go. There, couldn't see what the referee gave, whether it was a travel or a foul. Yeah, it was a travel, so they've turned it over. So a chance to eat into this 9-point lead. Djordjevic, Filou again. He's just made 1-3, decides to shoot it again and knocks another one down. back-to-back threes for Chase Filou. And he's got it back to just a 6-point game. He seemed reluctant and a bit hesitant to shoot it initially, and then decided he may as well throw it up. He's got the hot hand right now, has Chase Filou. He's up to 12, and the lead is very much back to within touching distance, and it's another turnover from Youssouf Fall. That's back-to-back turnovers from him. Amazing how quickly the kind of ascendancy can change in a basketball match. All of a sudden, there's a bit of a feel-good factor once again around the arena. They perhaps feel as though they're back in it. Just 6 points down, still over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Djordjevic to Chase Filou again. Up against Mike Green. Filou goes outside to Jurisic. Miles out, can't make the three, and Eddie brings down the rebounds. Lovely turn from Green. Lang was just waiting for it in the corner. Green needs some help though here. Eventually gets it with Eddie. Last touch was off Djordjevic. Timeout is being called. Sure what Dario Georgia was complaining about there. Either way, Vincent Collet calls timeout.
Don't play short. Play one time long. Now we have 10 seconds. We do 4. Okay? 4. Jarrell. Once we pass the ball back, go back. Really wait Nico. Either to go up. Okay? Ali l'écran là. Soit pour Jarrell, soit pour Nico. Okay? Go very wide, man. Got fouls again, man, easy. Allez, allez.
Side to side, babe. Okay, right. Hey, and guys, get on the line 3-point. We don't need far shot. Okay, I
2-point percentage from Strasbourg, still very, very good, up at 67%. Well, they're really going to have to try and lift this team. Oh, the crowd, they've got home court advantage. Can they make it count? At the moment, they trail by 6. Neptunus is still 10 points up against Medi Beirut. Here's Mike Green. 3 seconds left on the clock. Lang catches, shoots, comes up way short with the 3. They've got the miss. Can they make down the other end? Djordjevic to Chase Filou. Filou, beautiful bounce pass. Couldn't get the finish, but good work from Jurisic, who puts it back. And the lead is down to 4 now. Would have been something special if he'd made the initial 2. From Kestelut. Here goes Lang. The 2 goes up, the 2 goes down. Ali Traore keeping the leads at 6. Kestelut. CC2, Nemanja Jurisic. Chase Filou. Filou drives, can't get it to go. Jurisic tried to tip it back, but no good. Foul goes on Djordjevic.
Foul 20, Dusan Djordjevic, first foul.
Here goes Green, beautiful pass from Green. Easy 2 for Jarrell Eddie. This is a really important last few minutes of this third quarter. Oostende just have to stay within touching distance as Jurisic thought about the 3, decided against it, throws it outside. Filou drives, is fouled. Oh, just doesn't quite get the 2. Or head to the line and shoot 2. The foul goes on Nzweli. Nzweli in a bit of foul trouble now. Makes them both. It's Nsueli. Nsueli turns it over. Now Djordjevic, the fast break is on. Beautiful pass. Oh, what a block! Jarrell Eddy. Amazing transition from Eddy. And how about this for a block as well? Assisi thought that he just put in a simple layup there. Had no idea that Eddy was right behind him. Apologies for any language that you may have heard there from Jarrell Eddy after he made the block. Djordjevic lines up the three, count it! And it's a one-possession game. Right back in it, Oostende, as Djordjevic knocks down his first from beyond the arc. He's up to 7, and the lead is just 3. Jarrell Eddy looks to respond, but he has a taste of his own medicine as Chase Filou makes the block, but a little fortuitously it still ends up in Strasbourg hands. The 3 is off target, and Oostende have a chance to try and level up this game now. Djordjevic, extra pass, Assisi. Assisi again, turns it over. Now the fast break is on, led by Nsueli. Nsueli is fouled. Foul goes on Djordjevic, and Nsueli will head to the line and shoot 2. Apologies, the foul has actually gone on Filou. Oostende have no more fouls to give here with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this third quarter. And he gets 1. Jurisic with the rebounds. Djordjevic. Djordjevic back outside. Jurisic. Filou for another 3. No good on this occasion. And Mike Green. Green throws up the mid-range 2. Can't get it. Djordjevic grabs the rebounds. His first of the day to go with his 7 points and 4 assists. Jurisic is called on the travel and will turn it over. Just got a little stuck in 2 minds there, I think. Nemanja Jurisic didn't know whether to try and go himself or look for the pass. He kind of looked up and didn't see too many options coming up. By the time Djordjevic came, it was too late. 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. Traore. Good work by Djordjevic. Now the fast break is on for Oostende. Djordjevic going himself, throws it up, and the big putback will not count. Foul goes on Lang. Not a bad foul, really. Still had fouls to give, did Strasbourg. Djordjevic checks out, back comes TJ Williams onto the floor. Trailing by 4. Just allowing Jurisic to shoot the three. Entirely sure he maybe should have taken that shot. Nemanja Jurisic comes up way short. Gifts possession back to Strasbourg inside the final 60 seconds of this third quarter. Left-hand jump hook is good from Traore. TJ Williams now. Jurisic again. Jurisic looking to go himself, no good. But Schwartz has it back. Schwartz into Jurisic, gets it. Over the defense. The lead back to 4. We've got 15 seconds to go. Jurisic is up to 7. A little heavy-handed offensive rebound, no, and they've put it back, and that will disappoint Oostende. They missed the shot, but they weren't aware to the rebound. Traore caught it, put it back in. And at the end of the third, it is Oostende 55, Strasbourg 61.
Oui, je vous montre. C'est Jérémy qui fait l'écran, d'accord? Et Jérémy, il plonge ici, à la fin de fist, ok? Boulmy, t'es là. Là, Quentin, tu l'attaques fort. Boulmy, tu bouges pas.
Arsenal low ball. We try nothing out, we have time. And get open to get the ball. Listen, we are 6 down, this is great now. Okay, listen to me. Think around. Watch out. We need to be a bit more.
Great, 2 points.
Here we go then. Buckle in. It is the final quarter of this year's regular season in the Basketball Champions League. Oostende have to try and turn around a 6-point deficit to book their spot in the playoffs. They know that a win guarantees them that spot. Neptunus Klaipeda are still in front against Medi Beirut. They lead by 8. There's 8 minutes to go in the final quarter in that one. So as things stand, it would be Neptunus who would grab that final playoff spot. Jurisic hasn't been great from this kind of range, and an air ball from Nemanja Jurisic on this occasion. Gets back though and just does enough up the other end of the floor. Good transition from Nemanja Jurisic. Here's TJ Williams now. Williams goes all the way through and throws it down. One-handed, TJ Williams joins the highlight reel for Oostende and gets them off to a good start in this final quarter, brings the game back to just a 4-point game. Three is knocked down from miles out from Nicolas Lang, and that is a dagger to the heart of Oostende. First shot from the outside that finds its way to the bottom of the hoop. Here goes Jurisic, tricky shot. Jurisic is not shooting the ball particularly well at the moment. He is 2 for 9 from the field, Nemanja Jurisic. Oh, beautifully read. Saw it coming a mile out. Now Schwartz, Williams. Good ball movement. This is from Oostende, and they get the roll. Chase Fila puts it in. He's up to 16. Chase Fila leading the way through Oostende, and the lead is 5. Cries of defense ring out around the Verslius Dome. Seren for 3. Off target. Have they got the rebound? Yes, they have. Schwartz just about manages to bring it in. So they've got the miss. Now an important possession down the other end, which TJ Williams goes all the way. Again, just doesn't quite get the roll. But Williams will head to the line and shoot 2 to try and bring this back to just a 1-possession game. Oh, well, that helps. Misses both free throws, but they're able to regain possession. There's Williams again. Williams really looking to try and get aggressive here. Strasbourg racking up the fouls early on in this 4th quarter. They already have no more to give. We've still got 7.5 minutes to go in this final quarter. So another 14 seconds on the clock. Here's Williams again. Zyron can't get it. Williams also tried to bring down the offensive rebound, couldn't get it to go, so they had a good number of opportunities there. Oostende couldn't make a bucket with any of their possessions. Now down the other end of the floor, it'll be a trip to the line for Mike Green. Looks as though Strasbourg's race has been run anyway, because Neptunus are leading now by 15 against Medi Beirut, so it looks almost irrelevant that if Strasbourg do win this, they still won't be able to qualify for the playoffs. Of course, they've still got the FIBA Europe Cup to go into. Both the 5th and 6th place teams go into that. Another miss for TJ Williams. Lead is 7. Green. Serrell shooting the 3, comes up way short. Now the pass all the way down the floor to Schwartz. Schwartz goes himself and gets it to go, even though Green was back there defending. He just knocks him out the way and says, I'm making this whatever. Now Green with the left hand. No good, but great work on the offensive glass from Quentin Seren. He's got to be careful here. So animated on the side. He's got to make sure he doesn't give away a technical here, the coach.
vervanging bij Filou Oostende.
That's exactly what has happened. So it just gets worse for Oostende. Really, what they need. So important to try and keep your emotions in check in this kind of situation. And doesn't make the free throw. So it hasn't cost them, fortunately. And the lead is still 7. Now Djordjevic. Nice pass out to the corner. The 3 is not really too close. Just need to get something going here to Oostende. It's all a little bit flat. The crowd aren't massively involved. It's all quite subdued in here. You wouldn't think that they need to win this game. They need the crowd to play their part as well. Green loves that pass into himself a fall when he's on the floor. 3 seconds on the clock. Surely not another one. Well, this is extraordinary from Nicolas Lang. He's made 2 threes. Was that actually a long 2 if it was just on the line? It's another blow to Oostende's hopes here, and they immediately call timeout.
We have 3 fouls to spend. Okay, yeah, in bonus. We going with emotion. Nemanja will be 4 men. So Nemanja, you will set the screen and you will go on a roll straight. Okay, a roll on the weak side here. Hey, then Dusan and now please second pickets with a chase.
Well, not going to plan right now for either of these sides, really. Because as things stand, neither Oostende or Strasbourg will qualify for the playoffs. Djordjevic. Nemanja Đurišić drives, makes the right-hand jump hook. Can they just go on a bit of a run? They still trail by 7. Đurišić nearly able to grab the steal. Here is Mike Green. Full sets the screen. Green shoots the 3. Just can't get it. And Djordjevic eventually brings in the rebounds. Nice bounce pass from Djordjevic. He's fouled. And will head to the line and shoot 2. Nice bounce pass from Djordjevic. Sorry, there the 2 has been called as well, actually, so it's going to be a chance for a 3-point play here. So a big moment in this game, perhaps, as they can get this lead back to just 4. As Jean-Marc Mwema is at the line and makes the free throw. 3-point play, 4-point game, 5 minutes to go. And again, that's all the crowd need. They just need a little bit of hope, a little bit of encouragement to get them singing and chanting again. Đurišić is called on the foul underneath. So they've got no more fouls to give now after that one from Đurišić. suffer fall. Can they get another stop here, Oostende? Fall again. They don't mind you suffer fall out here. As Eddie throws up the two. No good. And a big rebound from Chase Filou. Urged on by the crowd. An opportunity here to get it back to just a one-possession game. Djordjevic, now Moema for three! Count it! And it's back to a one-point game. Right Oostende off at your peril as Moema knocks down the three. And a timeout is called with Oostende right back in this game.
Nobody behind, okay? You open for Ali there, like Tuna. Just move in the back, okay? We do again fist, but be ready for that, okay? When we play, it's there like this, Ali, somebody there, one of the two, good, other in the corner.
Not okay, it was 4 seconds, that's okay. But listen to me, two of you switch everything. Two of you switch, hey, awesome. But now, be there. Spend smart fouls in offense. You're always back. First thing. Motion now. But either play, you taking ball. Okay. Keep pushing that up. Keep pushing.
Well, now there's a bit of belief. That three from Moema gets them back to just 1 point. The crowd are on their feet. They are now expectant. Strasbourg in possession. We've got just over 4 minutes to go. Here is Green. Green, has he had it stolen? Schwartz, how well has Schwartz done there? Oh, I thought he just knocked it off the Strasbourg player. But he'd obviously just gone out of bounds beforehand. It looked as though Schwartz just knocked the ball behind him, and then it came off the Strasbourg player. He had no idea that Schwartz was behind him, and obviously had just gone out of bounds. He actually did well, Schwartz, to avoid any injury there. He went clattering into the chair and the advertising hoardings on the side. That could have ended in tears, but either way, Strasbourg have kept it. They've got 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And here is Mike Green. Green into Traore, very nearly fumbled it. Back outside, the three is on the way. Way too much on it. Moema with the rebound. And all of a sudden, Oostende with the opportunity to take the lead in this game. Schwartz to Djordjevic. Djordjevic, Jurisic, the right-hand jump hook is good. And Oostende leads. What a turnaround in this final quarter from Oostende. Cries of defense ring out around this hall. We've got 3 minutes to go. Here is Green. Green throws it outside to Eddie. Eddie shooting the three. What a response from Eddie again. Absolutely lethal with that outside shot. And Jarrell Eddie is up to 11 points. Djordjevic now, back outside to Jurisic. Jurisic responds with a three of his own. Well, he has not shot the ball particularly well, Nemanja Jurisic, but when it matters most, he makes the three. And Oostende lead by 1 again. Here is Eddie. Mike Green now. Green looking to go himself. Bulldoze his way through. Can't make the shot, and Djordjevic brings it clear for Oostende. Djordjevic, Chase Filou. How much time do you want? Makes another one. Oh my words. Oostende are flying at the moment. And Chase Filou has shot that three-pointer so well today, and what a time to make another one. And Strasbourg call a rather panicked timeout. Oostende all of a sudden lead by 4.
All fouls in a foul. No 3-point, okay? Are we clear? Second thing, through the picks. Try to fight it now. That's momentum now. We need to do good stops, okay?
Just emphasizing the point, no 3-pointers. That's a 3-pointer from Chase Filou, though. Big reaction from the coach. He knows just how important that could be. We've got just over 2 minutes to go as the regular season of the Basketball Champions League is counting down. At the moment, Oostende qualify for the playoffs. Here is Eddie again. Filou was onto him in a flash to prevent that 3-point shot. Into Traoré now. Traoré back outside to Eddie. Eddie with a big block from Filou. And he prevents it going out of bounds as well. What a play from Chase Filou again. After knocking down the 3, comes up with a big block down the other end of the floor now. Into the hands of Djordjevic. Djordjevic back outside to Jurisic. Jurisic going himself, making the 2, right on the buzzer. That is the block down the other end. It is remarkable how quickly things can turn around. Strasbourg looked in complete control a couple of minutes ago, and all of a sudden they trail by 6. And it looks right now as though Oostende are the team that are going to go through in that final playoff spot. Green inside to Traoré, no one on him. I think they're concentrating so much on preventing them having that 3-point shot. They just took their eyes off Traoré. 15.7 for 8 from 2-point range for him. Djordjevic. Now Jurisic, Jurisic going himself, just can't get it to go. 60 seconds to go, 4-point game. Now Mike Green, the foul goes on Djordjevic. This one is not over yet. Mike Green will head to the line and shoot 2 with a chance to get it back to just a 2-point game. Strasbourg still very much in this. Here is Green. Green drives to the baseline, throws it outside. Oh, Lang with an open 3. Gets it to go, and Lang has really found that 3-point shot in this final quarter. But no one on him. Exactly what they were told by Dario Giergia, not to give them that 3-point shot. And now it's just a 1-point game. Strasbourg right back in it again.
Hey, listen. You're taking ball here. Play. This side to side. Hey, listen to me. Pass to Louis. Chase, go. Pass back. Screen. But Chase, on the pop, try to switch block. So you roll on them.
Everybody down. And after move when you attack. Let's go.
Well, the regular season has been going on for the last 4 or 5 months, but it's come down to the final 45.4 seconds to determine who will go through. Neptunus have beaten Medi Beirut, by the way, by 10. So they now have an anxious wait over the next few seconds to see whether it be Neptunus or Oostende going through in that final playoff spot. Oh, I'm not sure that is the play from Djordjevic, the pass behind the back. Now Schwartz has to shoot the 3! Oh, can you believe it? Schwartz nails it! Huge play from Schwartz. Now Fila. Intentional foul sends Chase Fila to the line. 12.3 seconds to go. Not unhappy that the ball is in Chase Fila's hands, you wouldn't have thought. Filou Oostende. The heart will be going. Every one of these crucial, makes the first. Well, I wouldn't like to see his blood pressure right now. It has been quite the performance on the sideline. Fila can't make the second though. How crucial could that be? So they need a 3-pointer to send this game to overtime. Mike Green. Green outside. The 3 is good! Oh my word! What a game! As they throw it up from the half court. Can you believe it? A 3 right on the buzzer from Quentin Seren. And that is heartbreak for everyone concerned. And we are heading to overtime. Oostende 83, Strasbourg 83.
Cup 101 lead left. Hey. What do you want? Let me play. Let me go. Oh no, this is before. Listen. 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 Listen, forget it now. We need to bounce back. Now you take the ball, you play, okay, come on, stay. Come in the screen, okay, roll. Hey. Here. We need to continue to be on the hand. Okay, control the board after. Pick and roll, stay high. Attack this ball. If it's away from 2B there, like I say.
Okay? Dès que tu vois qu'il fait la passe à Quentin, tu descends, sinon tu vas faire un grand match.
Allez, go, allez.
Let's go,
Let's go.
Ik heb gehoord dat jullie goed kunnen zijn. We gaan het eventjes testen. Kom maar.
Well, the reaction from Dario Gierga said it all, smacking the chair out of frustration as Seren made that 3 right on the buzzer. They were 0.1 seconds away from booking their spot in the playoffs, were Oostende. And now they're going to have to do it the hard way as the game goes to overtime. Is Green. Lang shooting that 3 so well, doesn't make it but is fouled and will head to the line and shoot 3. So not the start that Oostende wanted in this overtime period. Fila, his 4th foul. It just shows how important that free throw was that Chase Fila missed right at the end as well. He had 2 free throws to make it a 4-point game. He would have taken that 3-point shot out of play. makes all three.
Let's go, Oostende, let's go!
Here's Djordjevic. Djordjevic into Jurisic. Jurisic can't get it to go, and the foul goes on Djordjevic. So this has not been a good start from the home side. So hard to get yourself back up for overtime when you've just been hit with that hammer blow of the three-point shot in the last 0.1 of a second from Quentin Serran. Now they've got to try and come out and start all over. Djordjevic. Djordjevic shooting it, making it. Was his foot just on the line, though? It was, so it's only a 2 from Djordjevic. Here's Green. Green throws it out to the corner. Another 3 is on the way. Another 3 goes down. Nicholas Lang once again. He's up to 18. As Schwartz. Jurisic back outside. The 3 comes up way short, but they'll grab the offensive rebound. Schwartz now for 3. No good. 6 points down. Throws it back outside. Here is Mike Green. Green, it's another foul, and it's another trip to the line. He only had 0.something seconds left there, and they'd forced a pretty tricky shot from Mike Green. But Schwartz committing the foul. And already in overtime, this game is somewhat getting away from Oostende. No doubt all the Neptunus team will be watching this somewhere. Makes them both. And the lead just continues to grow. It's up to 8 now. And all of a sudden, this place feels quite flat and subdued again. Just the worst possible start to overtime for Filou Oostende. Been outscored 10 points to 2.
And 4 men, hey. Listen to me, here is a 3 and 4 man. Here is a pick and roll. Hey, just communicate, stay high, stay low. They're screening, so if we bump here, we need to protect this pass there. They're searching all the time this kid here. We need to use the hands better. So on a pass, if he's low, you need to run there close. He's coming here, send him middle. Okay.
Stop here! Stop here! Stop here! Ouais, tu peux même changer. Ne dérange pas, reviens, ne t'inquiète pas. Reviens.
So they trail by 8. They need to get something going here. Oostende. Just under 3 minutes to go. Schwartz. Now Chase Fila. Jurisic back out to Djordjevic. Back inside. Jurisic has it swatted away. Nothing going right for Oostende right now. Seren up against Djordjevic. Seren driving, can't get it to go, but Fall grabs the offensive rebound and takes a fall. Nothing given. Strasbourg just happy to take their time. Green, Eddie, the three, another one. Well, this has been quite a staggering first 3 minutes in overtime here for Strasbourg. They have just completely taken this game away from Oostende. As I say, unfortunately for both of them, as Jurisic makes the two and is fouled, we'll have a chance for a three-point play, but unfortunately for both of them right now, they're both heading out because Neptunus won. So Strasbourg have no chance of qualifying here, even with a win, and Oostende have to win to qualify. So right now, both of these two sides will be going out. Both 5th and 6th obviously go through to the FIBA Europe Cup, but that is not what either of these two sides were after. Nowhere near with the free throw, so the lead stays at 9. Here is Lang, steps back, shoots the 2, and the offensive rebound by Seren is put back. They're just first to everything right now, Strasbourg. And you struggle to see a way back in this now for Oostende, trailing by 11 with under 90 seconds to go. Filou couldn't make the 2. Again, I'm sure he will have a sleepless night at that second free throw that he had right at the end of the 4th quarter, where he could have made it a 4-point game. He missed the second, though. And that is what allowed Seren to go down the other end, make the 3, to send this one to overtime. Does the same thing, makes the first, misses the second. And I think he knows deep down that they had their opportunity, and unfortunately for Oostende, they blew it, even though Mike Green has turned it over. And they just need a couple of quick makes. They need to go down, make a 3, quickly get a turnover, and then make another. Djordjevic. Filou back to Djordjevic. Drives to the baseline. Oh, how on earth has that gone in? That was not the shot. It somehow found its way to the bottom of the hoop. It's an 8-point game. Green. Green has it stolen. And the 2 is thrown in one-handed. So, 6-point game. They need to get a steal quickly, though, here. They're still a long way down with 30 seconds to go. Just blown away, really, in the opening 2 minutes or so of overtime. It's hit the foot of Djordjevic, so Strasbourg will get it back. And more annoyingly, I guess, for Oostende, is they'll get another 14 seconds on the clock, so it's yet more time that they can try and take out of the game. Here's Green. Green back outside to Seren. 2 seconds left on the clock. Got to try and throw it up. Seren does. Oh, and makes another one. Well, what a performance it has been from Quentin Seren, and that will be that. It is heartbreak for Filou Oostende. who thought that they were going through to the playoffs. When 0.1 seconds left in the final quarter, they led by 3, but Quentin Serren knocked down a 3, took it to overtime, and they were blown away in overtime. And in the end, it's Strasbourg who get the win, 94 points to 100. But unfortunately for both of these sides, neither of them will be playing in the Basketball Champions League playoffs. Oostende had to win to go through, Strasbourg had to win, but they also had to rely on Medi Beirut beating Neptunus Klaipeda. That didn't happen, so both of these two sides will advance through to the FIBA Europe Cup. A great game here in Belgium, though, there's no doubt about that. And, well, he will be absolutely gutted, as will all of the Oostende side. And I think they just couldn't quite get themselves up for it again in overtime. After that 3 went down right at the end of the 4th, it really just took the wind out of their sails. Strasbourg shot the 2 brilliantly today, 62% in total. They out-rebounded Oostende as well, 41 rebounds compared to 31 for the Belgian side. Turnovers pretty similar, 5 blocks for Oostende. As for the game leaders, well, Filou was great. He had 21 points, Jurisic with 6 rebounds, Drajevic had 10 assists in the end as well. As for Strasbourg, well, a lot of players played their part. Lang, Eddie, Traore with 18 and 17 points respectively. And all in all, well, it really was a great watch. It looked as though during that 4th quarter that Strasbourg were in complete control. Oostende went on a little bit of a run. It then looked as though Oostende were going to go through. But that final 3-point shot from Quentin Serren doing the damage. So, in terms of Group D, Bologna, Besiktas, Prometheus and Neptunus, the 4 sides that will go through to the playoffs. And the date for your diary is this Friday, the 8th of February. That is when the draw for the playoffs will take place. And then the last 16 will get underway in the beginning of March. So we've got a few weeks off the Basketball Champions League now until those playoffs get started. But thanks for your company over the last however many months since it all got underway back in October. Great drama and great entertainment as always. But unfortunately for the 2 sides we've seen here in Group D today, both Strasbourg and Oostende, neither of them will be playing in the Basketball Champions League playoffs. It finished in overtime here. Filou Oostende 94, Strasbourg 100.